Hey everyone, welcome. Today we are diving into a concept in SAP that is, and I mean this, absolutely critical for anyone in supply chain. It's called procurement types. And to make this all make sense and actually stick in your brain, we're going to use a really fun example, a chocolate factory. So, making a chocolate bar, right? Seems pretty simple. But have you ever stopped to think about how the factory's computer system, how it actually knows whether it should make the chocolate filling from scratch or just buy the shiny wrappers from another company? I mean, for every single piece, the cocoa, the caramel, the wrapper, the system has to make a choice. And that's the puzzle we're going to solve today. And let's be real, this isn't just about chocolate. This is the core challenge for any company that makes, well, pretty much anything. It's all about getting the right stuff to the right place at exactly the right time. And SAP, of course, has a really specific and honestly a super powerful way to handle this whole thing. So what's at the heart of this whole system? It's this one tiny little setting called the procurement type. Think of it like a signpost in the system. It basically points and tells SAP, hey, for this specific material, you go this way. It's like the master switch that controls the entire game plan for that item. All right, so let's get into it. It really boils down to two fundamental choices, right? For pretty much any material you can think of, you've got to ask that simple question. Are we going to make it or are we going to buy it? Okay, option one is what's called in-house production. In SAP language, this is type E. Just think of it as the do-it-yourself route. For our chocolate factory, this is our bread and butter, right? It's us in our own facility mixing our secret recipe of cocoa and sugar to create that amazing chocolate filling. We make it. That's type E. And then you've got the flip side, external procurement. This is type F. This is basically when we go shopping. Look, we might be the best chocolate makers in the world, but we probably don't own a high-tech printing press for the wrappers. So we buy those cool branded wrappers from a company that specializes in it. That right there, a perfect example of a type F material. So you see the difference? It's that simple. E for in-house production, we're making it. F for buying it from an external factory or vendor, we're buying it. This is the big one, the foundational decision that honestly drives everything else down the line. But, life in a supply chain is never that simple, is it? It's not always a clear-cut make or buy. Sometimes the smartest move is to just move something you already have or maybe get a little help from a partner for just one specific step. And that brings us to two more really key procurement types. You've got stock transfer, which is all about moving stuff you already own between your own factories. And then there's subcontracting, which is kind of like a hybrid approach where you send your own materials to someone else to do a special job on them. Let's make stock transfer super practical. Imagine our main factory, let's call it Plant A, has these awesome special molds for holiday-themed chocolates. Now, our other factory, Plant B, has a big order and needs those exact molds. Instead of buying new ones, which is expensive, or trying to make them, we just tell the system, hey, just move the ones we already have from Plant A over to Plant B. Boom, that's a stock transfer. Simple and efficient. Subcontracting is another one of those really smart plays. So imagine we have all this raw cocoa powder, but to get it super fine, you need this one crazy expensive machine that we just don't have. What do? We send our powder to a partner, a subcontractor, who does have that machine. They do that one specialized grinding step for us and then send the finished paste right back. The key thing here is we own the cocoa the whole time. We're just paying them for that one little service. Okay, I know. That was a fair bit of info. We've got E, we've got F, stock transfer, subcontracting. How in the world are you supposed to remember all this? Well, don't worry. I've got a genius little memory hack for you. Picture this. You're in a big meeting. Your boss turns to you and asks about the procurement strategy for a new product. And your mind just goes blank. Yeah, we've all been there. You need something fast, something reliable to pull these concepts out of thin air. And here it is. This is all you need to remember. Just this one simple phrase, every factory supplies sweets. Come on, say it with me, it helps. Every factory supplies sweets. So how does this magic work? It's all in the first letter. Every stands for type E, our in-house production. Factory is for type F, our external procurement. Supplies is for stock transfer. And sweets is for subcontracting. Every factory supplies sweets. See? Super easy, right? All right, so now that we know what these types are,
Let's take a quick peek under the hood and see how SAP uses this information, because this is where the system makes those automated decisions that literally save companies millions of dollars.
So SAP actually has a default setting. You could almost call it a bias. If a material is set up so that it could be both made and bought, the system, by default, will always choose to make it. It's programmed to prioritize doing things in-house unless you specifically tell it not to. So, how do you tell it otherwise? Well, that's where this powerful little thing called the special procurement key comes into play. Think of it as your override switch. It lets you step in and tell SAP, hey, I know your default is to make this, but listen, for this situation, I need you to buy it instead, or I need you to do a stock transfer. And this is where the rubber meets the road. When the systems planning process, we call it MRP, runs, it does some simple math. What do we need minus what we already have? The answer it comes up with is called a procurement proposal. And as you can see, the procurement type tells it what kind of proposal to create. If it's type E, in-house, it creates a planned order, a suggestion to make something. If it's type F, external, it creates a purchase requisition, a suggestion to buy something. The type directly controls the action. Okay, so let's put this all into a practical cheat sheet for you. Here are the tools of the trade. You'll find the setting in the Material Master on the MRP2 view. You can override it with that special procurement key. You check the results in the stock/requirements list, and then you act on it. You either create a purchase order to buy it, or you convert a planned order to make it. And those little codes you see there, those are the SAP T codes, the shortcuts you'll use every day to get this stuff done. So I'll leave you with this one last thought. We used a simple chocolate bar today, which is great. But now, think about something way more complex. Think about a car or a smartphone. It has thousands of parts, right? And every single one of those components has a procurement type. Some are made, some are bought, some are moved between plants, others are subcontracted. It's like this massive, perfectly coordinated dance, all run by the system. And honestly, understanding this one simple setting, it's the key to understanding how our